We're back with another episode.
This episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler is sponsored by myapothecary.com. My Apothecary is the premier online destination for hemp-derived CBD that will help you curate a wealthy lifestyle. All right, so welcome back to another episode, y'all. The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Who is that? Who sings that?
The right stuff.
You better say the right words. You better say the right group.
I want to say New Edition, and it's not right. I know it's not right.
Did you say New Edition?
That's just the song, the band that's coming to my brain.
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the. Oh,
That's
I
what I
was
said.
so
New
close.
Edition.
I knew it wasn't new.
When black people just ain't no black kids doing that.
I've heard black people do
You
that
weirdo.
multiple times.
Definitely not. That's absolutely New Kids on the Block.
How dare you put a stereotype on black people like that?
Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely. We do the ooh yeah, baby yeah. We do Jodeci, okay?
New Kids on the Block and New Edition are extremely close.
No, totally. The only thing that's similar about them is the new part. That's it.
where I was going.
No, definitely
I'm hypoxic. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, so Alyssa is wheezing today. So if y'all hear a bunch of wheezing coming from her side,
apologize.
she is like, I don't know, she's losing it. She needs her inhaler and she doesn't have it here at my house.
Typical.
So isn't honey supposed to help like if you have like an asthma attack or something? You're supposed to like put honey on a towel or something, like put it over their face almost like that.
What
so that they try to kill people. I saw that in a movie once.
Talking about? You want me to get something, a towel covered in honey and put it on my face?
Yeah, it's
I
like
won't be able to
a paper
breathe.
towel. It's like a paper towel, like you inhale the honey or like something like. There's something about the honey that does something with asthma attacks and stuff and breathing.
Usually taking a warm shower
Yeah.
helps, which I'm not doing that here. Drinking coffee
Yeah, no,
helps,
that's
not
be
doing
weird.
that here.
Well, I don't even have any coffee. I
don't
look
even
for the
have
coffee and I don't have coffee
Yeah,
because
so.
I'm not a coffee drinker. My whole Keurig little cassette thing is
I've never
filled
seen
with.
so much hot chocolate in my life.
I don't drink coffee. I love hot chocolate though.
So I'm just throwing back
And I put creamer in it too to make it look official. And I have like the.
Do you have diabetes?
No, I don't. I actually just got my blood work done. I do not. My A1C is normal.
Wow.
My glucose is normal. Fasting as well.
Nice. So I'm just here throwing back calls.
All fat people don't have diabetes, by the way.
I wasn't saying that. I'm saying you eat so much sugar
Yeah, I do.
that I would question it.
Well, I'm addicted to sugar. That's why I have a sugar addiction. Like that's for real. Like sugar addictions are real. They're absolutely real, and I definitely have a sugar addiction. So if anybody has any medication, then I can go on to get rid of that. Because clearly, me just consistently not putting my hand to my mouth is not working.
Yeah, we'll get through some arm weights, so at least you'll get strength from doing that. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck with that. Anyway. All right. So how was your week this week?
So my week was okay. I had a day and a half off on accident, so that was pretty rad. I worked the weekend though, which sucked. But I've been thinking about Guitar Hero a lot since the pandemic started because I was like, reflecting on my childhood and how, life is flying by. Mm-hmm. My youth is fleeting.
Definitely.
And I was like, what was such a good year? 2008, prime year. Why? Guitar Hero.
Wow.
I've been looking for it. They sold out everywhere. They're selling out of Wii's, PlayStation consoles, everything since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking about it yesterday. My brother was like, let's go to this store. They might have it. And they fucking had.
Which store did you go to and had it? Best Buy?
Called Game Over.
Game Over. Is it kind of like a GameStop or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like a GameStop. They sell old consoles. They have like a Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color and like all the games and shit. It was fun. And so they had like a Guitar Hero for PlayStation 3 and he has it. I've been playing Guitar Hero all fucking weekend. My hands are cramping.
So now you're an expert at Guitar Hero.
Now I'm going to start a band is basically what I'm saying. I play
So
guitar.
you're going from OT to podcaster to being in a rock band.
I'm a girl of many hats.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Multifaceted.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My week was pretty cool. because I worked the previous weekend, I had one day off, which was great. Any day off from being at my toxic ass job is great. And
Preach.
yeah, my nephew, his birthday, shout out to Liam. How dare you sneeze in the middle of me shouting out my nephew? That's disrespectful.
Sorry, Liam.
Bless you, I guess. So my nephew Liam is turning 4 on Tuesday. His birthday is, well, today, actually, because when this comes out, it'll be his birthday. Happy birthday, Liam. He's turning 4. So my sister did a Spider-Man birthday party for him. Of course, I missed it because I live in Texas and they live in Florida. But my mom and my sister went up there and they had a bunch of fun and they sent me videos and pictures and everything. And I got to FaceTime him and, he's like, I'm having a party. I have a Spider-Man cake and, all this good stuff. So that was cool.
What's crazy to me is like watching those videos of his birthday party made COVID seem like a very real aspect of our life that seriously is cemented and not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, because so some people still had on masks and everything. And then for him blowing out his candles, they wouldn't let him blow out the candles. He had to just fan the candles with his Spider-Man plate. His Spider-Man
but
little
it's
paper
just
plate.
like, in movies like I Am Legend or World War Z or whatever, and they show these videos and it's like a quote unquote home video of the past, right? But things have changed. That's what it fucking looked like. It looked like, oh, let's look back on how the world had changed and everyone's wearing a mask. He's fanning the fucking, it's so sad.
It's sad because it's like, wow, you can't even blow out your birthday. Well, anyway, I really felt like blowing out candles is really nasty.
It is pretty nasty.
No, like we should have never been doing that. Yeah, they just be like, why would you do that?
And no kid can ever do it right. So they
no, you're spitting on people's candles. Like that's the one thing we should never go back to post COVID. We should never blow out the birthday candles. Fan that shit.
We've learned a lot from this pandemic.
That's disgusting.
Bowling, that's probably out.
Oh my God, it's disgusting.
Bowling on candles, nope.
Don't do it.
What do they call it when you all drink from the bottle?
Driving a boat?
Like
no,
water,
that's making a style.
not waterfall, but
you talking about alcoholic things? I don't know.
Oh no, like when you're all drinking from the same bottle.
Never
family style. That's what it's called.
That's definitely your white side. Black people don't do stuff like that. Unless it's like making a stallion driving a boat, I guess. Yeah.
Like probably
I think that's still disgusting though for anybody to do that. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't want your babas in my mouth.
No, that's gross. So shouts out to my nephew Liam. He's turning 4. He'll be 4 today. So y'all right underneath the comments, happy birthday, Liam.
Everyone go find Liam.
No, do not find my nephew. I will fucking kill you. Do not touch my nephew. No. Just say happy birthday from afar. Call it a day.
6 feet at least.
Yeah. So all right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Another week, another trip of mass shootings. People are still bored.
What is going on?
There were 2 mass shootings that happened this week. The first one, more notably, at the top of last week, there was an active shooter at a Colorado grocery store. And basically 10 people were shot and killed there. And the suspect was this idiot 20-something year old. I think he was like 21 years old or some shit, or something, 30-something years old.
That's your life. Like,
yeah, I mean,
you stole everybody else's life. That's their life. But also, like,
yeah,
to commit this crime that then effectively ends your life.
Yeah, very true. People who commit mass shootings, I just don't think that we should waste time in our judicial system taking them through a trial. Just let the families of the people that they killed actively torture them, shoot them, and do whatever for 3 days, and then just let them die.
Wasn't there another state that just ended the death penalty?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Hold on,
it wasn't Texas, I can tell you that much.
We're not letting that shit go.
Or Florida.
We'll string them up.
Yeah. If Texas could still lynch, they would definitely do it. If they could hang people, if they could lynch people, Texas would definitely still do it.
Now they just lynch people with laws and systematic racism.
Oh no, they still lynching people. It's just not
the death penalty is Virginia.
Surprisingly, because they just had another mass shooting. Well, they just had a mass shooting as well. Their mass shooting happened. There was it was like a nightclub or something like that, and 8 people were hurt, but 2 people were killed. And yeah, it's just really weird, man. Like people.
It just is insane that you can be running random errands, very normal, typical errands. Yeah. Going to the movies, going to the grocery store.
Exactly. Yeah, Friday night.
Some idiot decides to show up with a gun and just. Blah, blah.
Yeah, they were at the beach. It was a Virginia Beach shooting, and it happened at Virginia Beach, and 8 people were injured. 2 people got killed, and one of them actually happened to be one of the girls who was on the Bad Girls Club. I think it was like 2 seasons ago or something like that. I don't watch Bad Girls Club anymore, but
random.
I know that was crazy, but yeah, it happened shortly after 11 p.m. And I mean, I'm just like, again, like why are we so bored right now as a people that we have had more mass shootings in 2021 than we have had days in 2021. I just don't get it.
Are mass shootings American, like quintessentially American?
I believe so.
Right, because we don't have much gun control.
No, we don't. Why. I mean, you have other countries that have like, active genocides and stuff going on, and different kind of wars.
You have other countries where the government actively kills people.
Yeah, the government actively kills people, but
civilians are just rampant.
The government doesn't have to do anything. The civilians are doing enough killing here in these United States of these Americas. So yeah, it's really ridiculous. But I think this is why we need to go back on lockdown. People are like, oh, people have been pent up for a whole year in their houses. And it seems like you motherfuckers need to be locked up for a little bit longer. Because as soon as you do that, all of a sudden now, all these guns come out.
The thing is, we just need to be locked up in the summer. That's when the shootings go up. Everyone goes crazy.
But then what are the city girls going to do?
That's true. You know what? Don't get locked up, but let's hashtag increase mental health awareness.
I think mental health services should be free.
Freezy,
and I think the therapists should be paid still what they're paid or even more, but it should absolutely be a free service, because this mental health is really like a matter of like national security.
Or how about like to get your CHL or to renew it, you need to check in with a licensed professional mental health therapist.
Yeah, they need to
just, hey bud, what's going on? Tell me about your life. Oh, red flags. Let me take your guns from you.
Because even when I've gotten a lot of my guns from like Academy, right? And every time I've gone to Academy, it is literally, it takes me less than 30 minutes to get my gun to get a gun. Because I go in there and I'm like, hey, I'm already registered. You ain't got to do no background check, because all you got to do is show them your open carry or your concealed weapon license. You get that gun in and out. That's it. It takes me less than 30 minutes to get a gun every single time I've gone to Academy. And it's just that easy. Even going to Walmart, it takes you, I mean, I've never bought a gun from Walmart.
She would never.
I just don't trust their guns. I mean, it's Walmart. There's never anybody at the register, so.
I've never seen a store with so many people and so little help going on, so little assistance.
Yeah. Well.
It's like they're all running, it's like roaches.
Yeah.
You see them, and then when you go to kill them, you're ready, gone. They're gone.
Yeah, turn on the light, they just scatter. Yep. Yeah, so prayers and thoughts for, those families that were affected, those people that were affected in Virginia Beach and also Colorado with these mass shootings. It's just, oh God, it's so disgusting.
Were both done by men?
Of course. White men at that.
Statistically.
Well, one was white, the other one, his last name was like a Middle Eastern kind of last name. Yeah, okay. like a Middle Eastern hint to it.
Okay. So we won't throw the.
Yeah. It was kind of. I'll just keep
statistically.
It at that.
I want to know how many mass shootings are committed by men. I want to say like 90%.
I would say 99.9. I've never heard of a woman mass shooter. Have you?
No, that's why I'm interested.
Yeah, I don't think they exist. I don't think women shoot up people. I think women just shoot like their particular men. Yeah, they shoot the problem. Oh, Johnny, you want to cheat? And Johnny's dead the next day. I don't think we really go out and shoot stuff like that. I'm so upset with my life.
Let me just fucking spray mass casualties.
Yeah, because I think the suicide rate for women, I think, is much higher than men. No. I think women attempt it at a higher rate, but men are more successful with suicide. I think that's what it is. Somebody fact check me on that, but I'm almost positive that's what it is.
Glad we're so upbeat and positive this week.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next in the news.
Our girl Sharon Osbourne's on her way out of the talk, baby.
Woohoo! The bitch got fired. The bitch got fired.
You about to lose your job.
You about to lose your job. Because you are detaining me for nothing. Yeah, so Sharon Osbourne,
quarantine was bad.
It was awesome. They made a whole beat to it. But yeah, so this week Sharon Osbourne is no longer with the talk. And it was stories about the fact that they basically forced her to quit because of the backlash that she received from her alliance to racist Piers Morgan. And yeah, I think that's amazing. You know what I wish would happen though? I wish that when these racist things would happen, like in entertainment world, that they could translate over into corporate America.
Oh, that would be nice.
Because there would be a lot of people at my job right now that would not have a job because of their racist acts toward people. Yeah. I would definitely like that. So if any corporations are listening out there, just adopt what they do to entertainment and the cancel culture. Just bring it on over to the corporate America.
There is not cancel culture in corporate America.
No, they just reassign.
Yeah,
they reassign. Well, if you don't like the culture
Catholic
here,
Church.
Yeah, it's just, well, how can you? What can we do to resolve? I love how every time I have gone to like a senior leader and I'm like, this is the issue that I have, and they're like, so what are you looking? What does resolution look like to you? And I'm like, termination of the offensive person. And they're like, okay, so gone. Right, I want them. I want you to uphold your policy. And they're just like, okay, so what would it look like to you? You're asking me the same question. I'm going to give you the same answer. Following your policy, which it clearly states termination on every side.
So help me understand.
Help me understand. What does resolution look like to you? Justice, bitch.
No justice.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no evals, motherfucker. Okay? Just saying. Just freaking saying. So yeah, Sharon Osbourne is now officially away from out of the talk. They forced her to quit or they fired her or whatever. You know how people just be like, oh, well, we need to let you go. But you can say you can quit just so you can keep, save face, whatever. Anyway, also too in the news this week, unfortunately, oh my God, a pair of teenagers, a 13 and a 15-year-old, are facing murder charges after they carjacked this 66-year-old Uber Eats driver. Did you see the video?
Dude, I saw the picture of the car at the end.
If you see the
Who took a video of it? Or
people who were just on the street. No, it was like a person on the street. They were just, because they witnessed the thing, because it was, you could tell they just didn't know. First of all, they're 13 and 15. They didn't know what the hell that they were doing. I don't think there's really a professional way to carjack.
Step Up, when they carjack, that's what that reminds me of.
I never saw Step Up.
Are you kidding me? Step Up. Step Up to the streets. Step Up 3D.
Is that the one with Channing Tatum?
Yes.
Channing?
My God. Cuba Channing?
No, I said Tatum Channing.
Oh, I thought you said Cuba Channing.
No,
I said no.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, I think I saw that one. I think I saw the first one. Maybe.
Well, him and his black friend carjack, and then Stinky or whatever his name is,
I didn't watch brother. I only watched it once.
Bop, bop, shot down in the streets because he tries to jack like a big drug dealer's car.
Yeah, I definitely only watched that movie once. Yeah, but anyway, so these girls, they were literally carjacking his. Yeah, it was two girls. They carjacked his car, but he was like trying to still get in the driver's seat and get the girl out. Well, she decides to press on the gas while the man is still standing in between his door and the car frame of the driver's seat. And you just see her flying down the street with this man still in it. And she hits something and it literally sandwiches this man in between the car door and the frame of the car. And he died. 13 and 15 years old.
We were just talking about decisions that effectively in your life.
There's no way that you cannot not be charged as an adult for shit like that.
I'm just like, what horrible shit was going on in your life that you needed to carjack that car?
Yeah, his name was Muhammad Anwar of Springfield, Virginia. Fucking Virginia.
Well, they just ended the death penalty, so.
Yeah, he was described by his family as a hardworking Pakistani immigrant grandfather. Oh my God, that's horrible. Yeah, he was. Yeah, and of course the two minors have not been identified yet.
Of course, they're freaking children.
13 and 15. Why are you carjacking?
Yo.
But it was in the middle of the day.
Rookie mistake.
Like it was broad daylight. It's like, what are you doing? Oh my God. Anyway, horrible, disgusting.
Clout.
Yeah, the wrong clout, because now y'all about to be in jail for the rest of your life.
That's insane. That poor family.
Also,
there's part of me is always like, fight for your shit. Like, fight off an attacker, whatever. And the other half of me is like, just let it go.
You ever see those videos?
Let the car go. Let your purse go. Cancel your cards. Yeah. It'll be okay. It's not fucking worth it.
I think it's sometimes a principle, though. I don't know. I don't ever want to know what I would do in those situations, but I don't know that I would fight hard enough for my bag.
I'll be like, listen, sir.
First of all, I have a bad back.
There's only $213 in my bank account currently, sir. So I'll give you the pin myself. I'll go pull that money out if it'll help you.
I don't have no checks.
Leave me the fuck alone. I have no check. All I got is this debit card.
Yeah. And I see all these videos all the time from like Africa when these people are like in these areas and they have like their driveway gated and they drive in their driveway and then they have these 3 masked men that come out and then the women just like ram the shit out of their cars or run the people over and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you're literally at this person's house. They can come back. So I do agree. Run these bitches over and kill them. Absolutely. Yeah. But carjacking and all that, I don't know that I'm willing to fight for that.
That was like Lori Harvey. She did the most I would do, which is walk away with the keys.
Yeah, she did. She definitely walked away and hit and run. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's sad. That's so sad. That man Clearly, he's 66 years old, should be retired at this
Still
point.
having a fucking job.
Still having a job and just trying to deliver food. And these dumbass kids
Honestly,
are just...
essential worker in these times.
Oh, hell yeah. Uber Eats, Amazon, DoorDash, all those places, all those companies, they are definitely essential workers. Absolutely.
Sucks. This is depressing. I hate this country.
I hate it too. Well, I'm gonna make you hate it even more. In the state of Georgia, the governor, Brian Kemp, has actually signed a bill, a Republican sponsored bill, that basically makes it a little bit more difficult, not a little bit, a lot of bit more difficult for voters in these next upcoming elections. I mean, he even went as far as to, in the bill, it basically states that you can basically get arrested if you even give people bottles of water while they're standing in line. And that they will not count certain votes after a certain time. Like, they're trying to make it where they're restricting like all votes that have to be in by 5:00 p.m. And I'm like, people get off work right at 5:00 p.m. Like, are you freaking kidding me? So
fuck the working class.
Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what they're doing. And I'm just like,
also,
why can't you just win on your own volition?
What if I pass out because I'm having a diabetic episode?
They don't care.
In line, and someone offers me some orange juice or a cookie.
The bill says that you will be charged with a felony if you provide water to people.
Felony Melanie.
So basically what ended up happening was that a Georgia House representative, Park Cannon, who happens to be a black woman, she was standing out. Her name is Park Cannon.
I like that.
And she happened to be outside of the door where Governor Kemp was signing the bill. And so she was knocking on the door, like you can see the video. She was knocking on the door very politely and just knocking on the door just continuously. And these two state troopers come up to her and just like, hey lady, can you please just, you're disrupting, blah, blah, blah. Just please stop. And she's like, no, I'm here as a representative of the government. I'm here, trying to get answers. Why is he, so first of all, he signed the bill in private. So that already lets you know some shady shit. And so she's knocking on the door very politely. All of a sudden, these two state troopers put your hands behind your back and arrest this lady and drag her out of the courtroom area where they were actually signing the bill.
Not a good look.
And arrested her. She went to jail. She was released that same night, thankfully. And she basically spoke out and she said, hello, everyone. Thank you for your support. I have been released from jail. I am not the first Georgian to be arrested for fighting voter suppression. I'd love to say I'm the last, but we know that isn't true. But
Shout
someday
out
soon,
Lady in Purple.
yeah, someday soon, the last person will step out of jail for the last time and breathe a first breath, knowing that no one will be jailed again for fighting for the right to vote. So yeah, it was just ridiculous. I mean, all this work that people have done, and I just don't understand why Republicans are just so pissed at the fact that other people and other parties are getting people involved and making them aware of what's going on. And you're so pissed that you can't win on your own volition that you're just like, oh, let's just suppress
the black people.
Well, you already
learn
fucked up.
how to vote. Listen, and then we will really be screwed.
You already gave us our own schools. Well, you didn't give us shit. We fought for our own schools. However, but yeah, so
some people just really can't let shit go, and they're very used to the way things have been, and that's the way to them it should be. And it's just like,
yeah,
it's not so much. What am I trying to say? It's not the information itself. It's the way they are perceived, the information they're receiving,
Yeah.
Like you can say to them, it's so great. We have, all these people that are now involved in voting, and that is more representative of the people itself. And they're hearing more people are involved in voting. That's going to make it harder for us to get the things done that we think is necessary and need to do. And it's going to change all these things we've been working on and yada, yada, yada.
But the thing is, you're literally challenging and you're trying to erase the very definition of democracy. And I think, it's very easy for like the 1% to say, oh, we have a right to do this and this and that. But then you're making it difficult for everybody else on the bottom part that's, below you. And you're literally erasing the very definition of democracy by giving people the opportunity to.
It's fun when you're on the winning side.
Oh, of course. They never want to be on the losing side.
No.
First of all, the House, the Senate, and the White House hasn't been Democratic for a minute. Like all three of them. Like you would have the House would be Democratic, then the Senate would be Republican, then the White House would be Democratic. But you haven't had all three, especially Democratic, for a minute, And I think that's the biggest thing that they're pissed about. The fact that people are waking up, they're opening their eyes to a lot of shit. And instead of doing shit like this, like just do the right thing. But they're just pieces of shit. And that's the sad part about it. But anyway, so yeah, thankfully, Representative Park Cannon was released from prison, and I pray that she sues the shit out of Georgia. I really do. I really do. And all this shit that they did, even to trying to suppress voters, when Stacey Abrams was leading the charge with her company, you still lost. And you're going to lose again because you're doing shit like this. You're never going to win while you're playing dirty. Even though it seems
when
like
they go low,
you go to hell.
We go high.
No, we don't. We go straight to hell.
Okay.
You know, I don't play those games about, oh, well, I'm going to go higher. No, bitch. I'm going to go straight to hell.
Make it much higher. So high. No.
I know that song.
Prove it. Who sings it?
I don't know.
Okay, exactly.
Who sings it?
New Edition.
Interesting. So next on the docket, we have been hearing a lot of stuff in the news about vaccinations and all that good jazz, and how people who are trying to travel internationally are going to be having to prove that they are vaccinated before leaving the country or entering other people's countries. So even in the news, the Miami Heat actually said that they will have vaccinated only stadium seats. So people who are not vaccinated can still come to the games.
You fucking COVID catching assholes, get your ass away from me. I'm in my VIP seats.
Ma'am, you're in my house and I'm not vaccinated.
You're not gonna go to a fucking basketball game?
Definitely
what
not.
Do you care?
Definitely not. I'm definitely not. Unless my husband is there. That's the only time I'll go.
Hopefully
or
he's sitting in front row.
Hopefully he's in the box. Okay.
Truly.
You know what I mean?
Or not even at the game. He's back in the office just signing some papers and shit because he owns a goddamn team.
Exactly.
He's probably white then. I don't really fuck with that.
No, they could be black owners. Serena Williams and them.
It's like Jay-Z, period.
Yeah, it could be somebody like that. I mean, hey, looks aren't everything. I'm just saying. Anyway, so yeah. So what do you think about that with regard to,
Here's the thing. I think people are scrounging to, what is the word? Recoup costs lost in the last year and a half, 2 years. They're going to do whatever the fuck they need to. And they know that vaccines sell shit. So I won't be surprised if everywhere you go, there's a special vaccinated section for $5 more.
I just think that's stupid though. I think it's so dumb. Like we're going to get over this COVID at some point. We pray.
It doesn't matter. People are so scared.
Yeah.
And they want to go out and do things and they are willing to pay to feel safer, and companies are going to profit off of that.
I just personally would not get a vaccine just to travel the country.
I would literally do whatever to get the fuck out of here. If they were like, you have to lick this magic stone to leave on this plane, I'd be like, give me some chapstick. My tongue can fall off. I cannot be stuck in the house anymore.
See, I guess because I'm an introvert, so I just don't care enough about traveling or enough about going outside of my house. I don't care. So I'm like, okay, I went to Paris a couple years ago. I'm cool with it. That was enough for me. I was ready to come back because I was like, Europe don't have no AC. They don't have no air conditioners. So I can't do it.
That's a real hard one.
Yeah. So I was like, I went there for the fan and some batteries and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go back to the United States.
Girl, Sagittarius moon. I got to fucking travel. I'm a wanderer. I just can't, I get like stir crazy. Yeah. I don't even know where I got to go. I just got to go.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Somewhere.
See, I can stay home.
I could go to fucking Utah and sit there.
Utah's beautiful though.
I know.
Like if God forbid I committed a crime and they were like, you're going to put you on house arrest. Thank you. I would love that. And I get meals delivered. Absolutely.
Disturbia style.
I could definitely be on house arrest for like a year.
No.
I would not have an issue with that.
We were just on house arrest for a year.
No, we weren't. We were not. You and I were not on house arrest. That's very true. We were still at work, moving and shaking. If they would have been like, hey, you can work from home, or you know what? We don't have no work for y'all. Just stay home and you're going to get paid. I'd have been like, hell yeah. I would have watched everything on Netflix.
I think that's why I'm so frustrated, is because my life didn't stop. But all the fun part, like...
Ooh, you are wheezing, girl.
Ooh, excuse me.
Listen, I'm not doing no CPR on you today.
Lady asthma is coming.
You better have an EpiPen in the car or something.
Our lives did not stop, right?
No,
we still had to go to work. The whole thing is, I don't know about you, but I work for PTO. I work for money to then go on vacation, go do fun stuff that I want to do, right? Makes sense. So I was still having to work, but then I got none of the fucking benefits of my PTO was just stacking up, nowhere to go. Couldn't see any of my friends. Everyone was stuck. Everything was closed. So I was pissed because I'm like, I'm still doing the shit that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to work every day. I'm coming home. Mm-hmm. So what the fuck?
See, I'm like,
I've been ready, y'all. I've been waiting. Let's go.
I've just been waiting to like save up enough PTO to like take a month off and stay at my house and not really go anywhere.
Love that for you.
Because that was my plan. Even if my family wouldn't have come here in December, I literally would have taken 2 weeks off to just stay in my house and do absolutely nothing.
See,
and not wear a bra for 2 weeks? What? That's amazing.
Your family doesn't live here though.
True. But when I go to Florida, I can't stay in Florida for too long.
Really?
Because it
Why?
makes my ass itch. Like I can't. Like as soon as I see bonnets in the Walmart, I can't take it.
Huh? That
I
does it
cannot
for
take
you?
it. Because see, in South Florida, it's heavily black. Okay? It's heavily black. And Jamaican, Haitian, Trinidadian, Bahamian, black. It's just all black.
Spanish, Asian, Indian, Jamaican, black,
you're
white.
very singy today. I don't even know what song that is. It's definitely by a white artist though.
Is that not Will Smith? Black, white.
Oh yeah, he did. Might as well say he's on the other team. But yeah, so he when I go to South Florida, I go for the food. I go to get my Jamaican food, my Haitian food,
I really want to try jollof rice.
You have to go to a real authentic place.
Yeah, I know. I can't get it here. We need to take a trip. We need to take
you
this
ain't
show
gonna
on
get
the
no
road.
jollof in San Antonio. Hell no.
Let's take this
You might get some in Houston.
podcast on the road.
You might get some in Houston.
H-Town.
Yeah, you might get some in Houston. But it depends if it's, Ghanaian or Nigerian or, there's different jollof.
So basically I should just go to
Africa. Absolutely. That's the most authentic way you're going to get it.
After I watched 90 Day Fiance, it kind of turned me off of Africa for a second. But I also don't think that's the Africa I would be at.
Which people did you see? You talking about Michael and Angela?
No, I'm talking about baby girl Lisa.
Oh, that's very different.
He was like, they were peeing pots and shit. And I was like,
yeah, that's Nigeria is, first of all, parts of Nigeria look just like the United States of America.
I'm looking for some kind of shit.
I don't think you're gonna find that anywhere because that doesn't exist. It's definitely fiction. But
It's hate
good
speech.
luck. Yeah, that's not hate speech. It's just. But yeah. So anyway, have you heard about this big push where people are getting like fake vaccine cards though?
Dude, yeah, I
So
don't
they can
play
travel?
with shit like that.
No, I don't think that's right. People shouldn't do stuff like that.
Because that's how we got ourselves into this mess in the first place.
Right.
People were pretending they were just wearing the mask or staying home or being safe, and the shit was spreading like wildfire.
Exactly.
So, like, if you don't want to get a vaccine, that is your choice, right?
Right.
And I think you should still take precautions and wear a mask or social distance, all of those things.
Yeah.
But, like, people's families have died. People have been they're sick, all of these things. And they're finally, I know people who literally have not left the house, right? Because they're so scared. And they finally got a vaccine and it gave them some sense of safety, security, right? So now they get to be free out and doing this shit. Don't mess this up for them.
But I think even too, it's a even bigger picture of when you are traveling and especially going to these resorts and going to these islands, these people in the islands, they rely heavily on tourist money. Mm-hmm. And if you are going there as an infected American and you're passing that shit on to this island, you are literally going to crush the entire infrastructure
for that.
They don't. And you're gonna cripple their infrastructure all because
Just
you wanted to come there for a week. Yeah.
And fake your COVID vaccine.
Exactly. And the thing is, I think that it should be, first of all, every country should be able to do exactly whatever the hell they want to do. And Americans, you cannot get mad and say, well, that's not fair. They should let us do this and that.
If I was in another country, I'd say borders closed.
Because we do the same thing to everybody else without any regard for anybody else wanting to come into this country. And I think maybe a compromise would be if you are going to travel to our country and you are not vaccinated, you have to stay in this particular hotel or these particular unvaccinated hotels, and your ass got to wear a red bracelet so everybody in this country know, bitch, don't come near this motherfucker. They ain't vaccinated or something like. And then you're still required to wear a mask.
If you're here and we have an outbreak, your shit's getting locked down.
Yeah, and we're gonna either lock you down here or we're gonna just ship your ass back off. Like we probably just gonna ship your ass off because we don't even want to deal with you down here because then that opens up our staff, medical staff, to all this other kind of stuff. But I think that that may be an easy compromise if they will still say, okay, those who are vaccinated, you get to wear no bracelet at all, and then for the unvaccinated people, we're gonna give y'all ass a scarlet letter, and then you walk around this place and people just know, hey, you need to wear a mask at all times unless you're at a restaurant.
You still have to do the precautions.
Absolutely.
Test right before you leave. Test right before you come back.
Absolutely.
Let us know where the fuck you're going while you're here so we can trace that shit back.
Yeah.
It's just hard to trace these things.
Yeah, because I think the way that they did the vaccine, cause I didn't get the vaccine, but we had the Moderna and Pfizer clinics at our hospital. Were they inputting something in like a electronic system with your names, or they just gave you the card?
They just gave me the card. I wasn't told. I don't read instructions.
But then you have to input something on a computer though.
Yeah,
in the database?
I had to make an appointment on the computer.
Oh, just an appointment.
And when this all started happening, it was going around that they wanted to put your information in a database. That way you could go get your first shot one place, but you could go get your second vaccine somewhere else. And there was just like universal database to pull everyone's stuff up. So
Yeah.
even if you needed to check, and I think that's just like very hard to organize and coordinate. So I don't know if that ever happened. I would assume if they have to keep records of that somewhere, and eventually those records will make it.
Because even
else.
too, like, I mean, if you get like, you know, your other vaccines, like your measles, mumps, rubella, all that kind of stuff, you could. That stuff should be somewhere in some type of system, even if it's just, oh, your particular hospital that gave out, or this particular facility, we have the records from this, that. Because you remember where you get your vaccines from. I mean, not as a child.
Because what if you lose the card?
Exactly. And then you need another card.
There should be an app for this, and I should just be able to carry around my app, and it just pulls up a little passport.
Right.
And
with your name, your picture,
it can
and all
tell
that stuff.
you where, it's like your travel app. If I travel anywhere, this is what it is. This is how long I was there. Yeah,
I think that they should definitely do something like that. The fact that I guess the fact that wasn't really important because nobody knew. First of all, how many people were going to get this vaccine? Number two, they didn't know that other countries were going to start saying, "Hey, fuck you, Americans. We ain't letting y'all bitch asses in our country." And I don't blame any country for saying no to Americans.
Surely someone has been thinking about this in the back of their head, government wise. Like right?
I would hope. Well, we just had a transition of power, so I don't know. That may have not been at the forefront because this idiot was trying to get people to drink bleach. So
yeah, but even when the vaccine first rolled out, I remember them saying specifically we need to have some kind of database where you can easily access and pull this information.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Me neither. I mean, I'm not even vaccinated, and I don't care. I don't need to go out of the country again.
Okay. Here's the thing. I do, so I'm gonna do what the fuck I need to get the fuck out of the country. If you don't want to leave the country or you don't care about being around other people, you don't need to get vaccinated.
Exactly. Those of us who hate people, we're like, meh. Doesn't matter, you know.
My ass is like, I need to be in a bar. I need to be in a restaurant. I need to be around large groups of people, and I need to leave the country. And to do that, I needed to get a vaccine.
Just don't blow out your birthday candles. Just don't do that.
Yeah, I'm still not going to do that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. All right, let's just take a quick break, and we'll be right back. This episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler is sponsored by myapothecary.com. My Apothecary is the premier online destination for hemp-derived CBD that will help you curate a wealthy lifestyle.
CBD is one of many restorative compounds found in the cannabis plant. Its benefits include decreased pain, improved mood, decreased anxiety, and much more. Some of y'all know that I have crazy ADHD, so I'm heavily medicated at all times, and I've been taking CBD oil at night to kind of calm me down, get me ready for bed. 10/10 would recommend.
Worried about regulations? The passing of the 2018 Farm Bill made hemp-derived CBD legal to sell and consume. So yes, CBD is 100% legal and perfect for every person of legal age. My Apothecary's featured line, Broad Bloom, offers broad-spectrum CBD oil drops, sports cream, and soft gels. These products have no THC, so you can stay fly without the high or zen without the spin. Shop now at www.myapothecary.com and sign up for their newsletter to get exclusive offers, product releases, and CBD news.
Remember to always check with your healthcare provider before consuming any supplement. You must be 21 to purchase and consume, and shipping is only available in the US of A.
Don't forget to shop at www.myapothecary.com. All right. Also, too, in the news, our girl Issa Rae from
I Live and I
Insecure.
Die. I Live and I Die. When is season 5 coming out?
I don't know. They're still filming. It probably won't come out till like the fall or maybe next year.
Depressed.
Yeah. So shouts out to Issa Rae, who number one just won an NAACP. I was getting ready to say NCAA.
She has been balling up a storm.
Yeah, I know. She plays for, I don't know, some team. Anyway, so she actually
she plays post.
She just won an NAACP award, Image Award for her performance as her lead role in Insecure. This heifer just signed a 5-year deal with Warner Media for some upcoming TV and film projects, and she signed an 8-figure deal.
8-figure. What song is
8
that?
figures.
I'm gonna show you how to bag it. 8-figure.
So why are you so singy today?
I don't know.
You're like wheezing and singing. That's just what you do today. But yeah, so congratulations to Issa Rae. I think that's so amazing. Did you ever see her Awkward Black Girl, Adventures of the Awkward Black Girl on YouTube?
No, I never saw it, but I remember wanting to read her book for years and years and just like never picking it up before Insecure came out.
The book is not the same.
The YouTube is funny.
The YouTube, for the first
I think I've seen like one episode of it.
Listen, I remember I was in grad school. I was in PT school, and when it came out, one of my classmates.
This, like 1974?
Shut
what do you
up.
mean you were in grad school?
Shut up. It was in 2000. I think this came out in 2011 or 12. It was either 2012.
I just got my driver's license.
2011 or 12. And it was so funny. It was just so relatable. And I think most of the episodes were like less than 10 minutes. But it just kept you going. And when she was literally filming everything in her Subaru with her friends from college from Stanford. And it was just like this growing community of people that was just like, yes, we are awkward Black girls. Like just the different situations that she put herself in or that she was displaying.
That was like the
it was
golden
amazing.
age of YouTube, I feel.
Yes. Like everybody was doing like these little short films and stuff. And she finished the season. We were just like, oh my gosh, we got to get this like on like real TV. And then when she came out with Insecure, it was just like,
Insecure
this is amazing.
So good.
But
I will never stop singing the praises of that show.
But if you like Insecure, you got to watch Adventures of the Awkward Black Girl on YouTube. And I think they're still there. They should be still there. All those episodes, they were funny as hell. Especially
add it to the list.
The one guy, she had one coworker who just whispered everything. And she was just like, what? Every day you talk. She's like, what? What are you saying? Like, it's just fucking funny. But anyway, yeah. So shouts out to Issa Rae. Congratulations to her for that.
Speaking of beautiful Black women in Hollywood, did you hear about Halle Berry's child support?
No. Wait. Halle Berry is paying child support?
Halle Berry pays child support.
No.
Yeah.
No. She must
So
have
you know what?
shitty
Don't
lawyers.
have these kids. Don't trust these men, because even when you're hot and rich, they will still come take your money and screw you over.
Why is she paying child support? Who the fuck is her
Because
lawyer?
she makes more money than the baby
Does
daddy.
she not have custody of her child?
I don't know if it's like, I guess not. Or maybe it's 50-50.
It can't be if she's paying child
She's
support.
paying, I don't know. She's paying for school and stuff.
So how much was she paying?
So she supposedly she was on Instagram not bitching about her child support, but she was just like, man, oh man, do I pay a lot in child support? Let me go on Instagram Live and talk about it. So they reduced her child support from $16,000 a month to $8,000 a month.
I would sign away my parental rights for that beautiful child.
She had to pay $85,000 in retroactive child support. And
What?
if she makes over $1.95 million a year, she has to increase her child support payments by $5,000 and pay for his lawyer fees.
She has a shitty ass lawyer. Who the fuck is her lawyer? And why are they on retainer? That is first of all, if anybody told me I had to pay $8,000 or even $16,000 for a child, I can go buy a child on Craigslist for cheaper than that. And I would sign over my parental rights. Hey, little baby, you can come to me after 18 and I'll pay for your college.
And
I'm not doing that.
I want to say she already pays for school and health, like insurance for her kid.
Why is the child not in her custody?
I don't know, dude.
You have some shitty lawyers as a Black woman. I remember that time that happened to what's her name? Cheryl Underwood, not Cheryl Underwood. Cheryl, oh crap, what's her
Crow.
name? No, she's the one with the
Burke.
No, she was on The View.
Osborne.
She was on The View.
Cheryl from The View.
Yes, I can't remember her last name, but anyway, she was married and her husband.
Cheryl Asian? No.
No, she's Black. She's short, comedian with big boobs. Cheryl Davis? No. What the fuck is her name?
Shepherd?
No, Sherry Shepherd. I'm talking about Cheryl. Oh my God. Sherry Shepherd. She married her ex-husband. They were supposed to have they had a surrogate and were having a baby. And then they ended up getting divorced. So she was like, nah, bitch, I don't want this baby no more.
XXX.
Right. So then he continued to want the baby and then tried to go after her for child support for a baby that wasn't even hers. What? I don't even think they used any of her eggs at all.
It was his and the surrogates.
I think so. Somebody can fact check me, but she was like, "Nah, fuck this baby. I ain't doing it."
Damn.
And he wanted child support.
Wanted to check.
Yes, and she had to pay child support up until a certain degree, but I think she was able to get away from doing it.
Yeah, because that's insane.
That's like she's like, "That's not even my child. I told you to no, bitch. I don't want to take it back." Like
put it back.
Return to sender. But oh my God.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, so how much she must make a shit ton of money if she was paying $16,000, right?
To.
And if they're saying like, well, once you make almost $2 million, we'll increase this by. So I'm like, her big things were X-Men, right? She was Storm, and then she was in the John Wick movie that came out a couple years ago.
But like, she must be doing some like executive producing or writing or something.
Hell, that's so much.
Because I mean, I'm like, what's the latest thing that Halle Berry has put out? I know she's a very high paid actress.
I think John Wick is the last thing she put out.
And when was John Wick out? Like a couple years ago?
So her net worth is $88 million.
That sounds about right. I mean, from Baps alone, she just, amazing. That was some of her best work.
John Wick came out 2019.
Damn.
Did you watch that movie?
No.
Holy shit. She is chef's kiss.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful. She's just like a badass in that movie.
Yeah.
She's like fighting and shooting. She has these really cool dogs who attack people and like listen to her. And she's just a badass. Do you like action movies?
Of course.
Have you seen any of the John Wick movies?
No.
Is
that with Tom Cruise? No,
that's with Keanu Reeves.
I think that's Jack Ryan. Jack
Ryan is with
Jack Reacher. It's Reacher. It's not Ryan.
Yeah.
It's definitely Jack
Ryan.
Who the fuck is Jack Ryan? That is an actor, right?
My good friend, Jack Ryan.
My bad. Yeah. Halle Berry is a beautiful woman. Her lawyer is definitely friends with her ex-husband or her baby daddy or some shit, because I have never seen where other than
who had to pay
Adele.
crazy amounts?
Adele. She had to pay.
No, I'm thinking of Mary J. Blige. Remember the child support she had to pay?
Wait. Mary J. Blige had to pay child support for who?
For her ex-husband's kids.
Kendu's kids are grown.
Do you remember that?
His kids are grown though.
Okay, hold on. Let me fact check myself.
No, that's correct. No, see, this is why prenups. Get your prenup. Get your prenup. Cause these niggas is crazy.
Prenup. Get your prenup. Yeah.
Get your prenups. Cause these people are crazy.
She had to pay. Oh, it was spousal support. But I thought in her spousal support she was paying for the kids.
No, his kids are grown. I thought.
know. That's why it was fucked up. Hold on. I'm reading quickly.
That's just like what's her name? Dr. Dre's ex-wife or ex-wife to be.
So according to TMZ, so take this with a grain of salt or two.
Yeah. They're evidence-based. It's fine.
His original amount that he requested from her was $5,000 to help with his parents, another $5,000 to support his 2 children from a previous marriage, and $60,000 in back rent, $1,200 for dining expenses, and like $1,700 for groceries and other things. That's what she was having to negotiate. So he wanted money for his kids. His grown kids.
This is Mary J. Blige or this is Halle Berry's?
Mary J. Blige.
That's fucked up. This is why you don't let your husband be your manager. Don't ever let your husband be your manager.
I can't be managed.
Let somebody who is not going to be see, these people, they going to steal from you. No, bitch, you're going to steal from me because I'm not going to know because you're my fucking husband. No, don't ever let your husband be your manager, ever. Mm-hmm. That is a hill I will die on. You're not going to be my manager. Absolutely not. You don't trust me? No. Not in business, I don't.
No, obviously not. Look, even Wendy personal. Wendy, let that be a cautionary tale.
Yeah, definitely. That's crazy. $8,000. I would give her my parental rights. No. So if she give up her parental rights, does she have to pay still? I'd be like, hey, come see me when you're 18. I'll have a stack of cash over here for you.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's crazy.
Let's talk about something fun. Do.
All right. Anything else anything we need to watch? Anything else happening in social media?
I've just been watching Formula 1 started again this weekend, so that's what I've been watching all day. But I just watched Molly's Game for the first time. I had never watched
Molly's Game?
Molly's Game with Idris Elba and Jessica Chastain.
No.
It's a true life story about that young girl who was running poker games, like A-Rod, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ben Affleck, Tobey Maguire, all of them were playing this like underground poker.
Like in real life?
In real life.
Oh, wow.
And she eventually ends up running the games. And
was she stealing or something?
No, so gambling like that is legal unless you take a rake, unless you take a part of the pot that everyone's betting on. So she didn't do that until and people ended up owing the house her because she was setting up the games millions of dollars. And so she never wanted to get anyone involved. She never wanted to use muscle. So she ended up being like, shit, if anyone ever comes to collect on this or something, I'm screwed. It's going to be out of my own pocket. So she, at the very end, started taking a rake, taking a part of the pot, and then it becomes illegal. Gotcha. But it was a really good movie. Very interesting story.
Oh, okay. Cool.
10 would recommend. I love young women making millions of dollars.
Pretty much.
Off their wit. So yeah,
definitely.
She was like 27, millionaire.
Jessica Chastain is an amazing actress.
Dude, she was so good in that movie.
Yeah. She even played in, what was that other one? Ava?
Oh, I never saw that. But
it was a really good movie. She played like an assassin. And it was actually really good because I just keep seeing her from The Help. And I'm like...
Yeah, she's a bitch in The Help.
No, she wasn't.
Wasn't she the bitch in The Help?
No, she was the one who couldn't fry the chicken with Minnie.
Oh, I do like that. Who am I thinking of?
You thinking of the one who ate the shit pie.
Yes. I hate her.
I can't remember her name.
I do love her and Minnie.
Yeah, she was making, what is it, corn pone or something like that. Ponko or some crap. Some nasty ass shit. But anyway.
Peduncle.
Yeah, something.
What are you
Johnny
watching?
didn't cheat on you. So I did binge the other night. there's this TV show. I don't know if it came out. I think it came out in 2019 or maybe early 2020. It was this show called The Passage, and it stars. The only person I was aware of was Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell, or Mark Paul Gosselaar, and
Mark
also
Paul
this one guy who played in The Walking Dead. And strangely, he still plays like the same character, always fucking shit up. Anyway, the show is about this black 10-year-old girl who is basically like the key to saving the world, right? So the Spanish flu. Always? Yeah, there's a Spanish flu or something like that that's going around in another part of the country, another part of the world, and like 15,000 people have died already. There's one scientist, he goes to some area, he ends up getting bitten by this person, turns into a zombie, right? But he's not like a zombie that is like really crazy, but he still wants to drink your blood, right? So they need people's blood to practice on and to try to find an antiviral for it. So they're like, oh, we need to get a child whose blood is obviously a little bit more pure, blah, blah, blah. This girl, the 10-year-old girl, her mom dies of a drug overdose, so she has no other family, so nobody's really going to miss her. So instead of putting her in foster care, they decide to take her to this place for Project Noah to practice on her. But then Mark Paul Gosselaar, who's the federal agent who's supposed to be taking her to the place, he somehow like connects with this girl and is like, no, I don't want to take you to this place. Like, I think they're doing some illegal
like
stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Costner.
Exactly. So it's kind of going between the realms of trying to figure out this cure or this antiviral, but him also protecting her and being like her guardian angel and blah, blah, blah. So it was really good. It was actually really good. The ending pissed me off though of the first season, but I don't know if they got renewed for a second season or not. So we'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, it's called The Passage. It was pretty good.
I've just been rewatching Vampire Diaries to soothe my soul.
No.
What do you mean that no? It's a great show.
I'm not into stuff like that.
Oh, you just like depressing ass shit about pandemics.
Yeah, because you can learn stuff from that. Like, they teach you how to make fires. They teach you how to camp, what things to look out for, what kind of berries and stuff don't eat because it's poisonous.
I know what to do if I get kidnapped by a vampire. He bites me and then I wake up, and if I die within 24 hours, I will become a vampire too because his blood is in my system. Yeah,
but it depends on what kind of vampire you're going to be. If you're going to be another vampire that can't function.
I don't know. And then I know that I could just survive off of animal blood, or I could really just survive off of human blood, but it would be a little more complicated. But then we could get blood bags, but then
I can tell you don't watch apocalyptic shows, because if you did that theory, you'd be dead in like an hour.
I wouldn't be.
Okay, that's not Alyssa farting. She won't get off this exercise ball. But anyway.
No, it's good for my core. I'm working out and I'm working.
I guess. Yeah. All right, let's head on over to the rehab corner.
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said,
go.
Hey, yes, I've been bad, but when I come back, you'll
go. Get your ass in that corner.
Hey, welcome to the rehab corner, everybody.
So what are we talking about in the rehab corner today? Okay. Well, first, before we get into our... So that was a long ass pause. So before we actually get into the subject, I just want to say this in the rehab corner. People, stop being disrespectful to medical professionals. I had a patient, myself and Alyssa were doing an eval with this patient who happened to have a balloon pump for like a week. This bitch, who was not a size 0 man or a size 20 something man, I don't know, whatever
200 something pounds,
overweight ass old man in his 80s. He had a balloon pump, whatever. Alyssa and I going to eval him, and I'm like, all right, sir, I want you to keep your hands on your chest, because he had a cabbage. I'm gonna come in and give you a nice big bear hug. We're gonna stand together on the count of 3. This motherfucker says, well, where do I put my hands? I'm like, on your pillow, sir. He's like, oh, okay, well, where do I put my hands? I'm like, on your pillow, for the second time. I go in to give this man a big bear hug. This motherfucker says, oh, big mama. Bitch, I'm sorry. Since when you skinny? This is why your ass had to have a cabbage with your coronary artery disease.
There's a lot of times in the hospital I think I hear shit and it's not right. And so I'm just giggling to myself because I'm like, girl, you crazy. I can't believe you just heard that. When I looked at her face and she looked back at me, I was like, oh no, he did just say that.
Like, and
bitch, I
really?
could not hold it in. I was dying.
I kick you in your balloon pump site. You better shut your ass up.
I haven't heard those words together.
Big mama. Like, you skinny. You 80 years old and can barely move. How dare you, sir? Ain't that the pot calling the kettle motherfucking sponge?
And then she wrapped her arms around him and they stood together to dance.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, nursing home, bitch. That's my recommendation. Nursing fucking home.
Long-term acute care.
24-hour supervision, bitch. Oh yeah. Then he tells you, you were like, oh sir, do you want me to show you how to, what did you say about the remote control?
Here's the thing in the hospital. If I was stuck in the hospital, I'd want the TV on or something. I don't want to sit in my room staring at shit. No. Old people love to stare at shit.
Yeah, they do.
And it creeps me out. So before I leave,
waiting to die.
Yes. I'm like, for the love of God, let's put some music on or a Western, something, The View.
Put on cartoon.
Jeopardy is always on or Save Price is Right.
Yeah.
So before I leave, I always say, like, do you know how to work your TV? Would you like me to turn it on? Do you want to watch a movie? This motherfucker goes, I'm an engineer. I know how to work the remote. I said, oh, excuse the fuck out of me. I'm sorry.
He just wanted to be in a crabby mood. And I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit.
I said, well, it's kind of hard to, I don't even know how it works sometimes. He's like, well, I don't have that problem.
Right.
I said, okay, well, I'm going to walk out of here because I can. You
exactly. You with your cord. And then he says, when I asked him, I was like, sir, do you still drive? He's like, yeah. I was, during the pandemic, I was just driving myself to KFC. That's probably why your bitch ass is in here having a cabbage because your coronary artery disease and your aortic stenosis, loser.
Period. Poo.
How dare you call me fat? I know I'm fat, but you ain't got to say it,
I don't think you can call people Big Mama, especially when they're black.
That. No.
He probably watched Big Mama's House.
That's so disrespectful. Like, I know I'm big, sir. I've been big a long time. Every time I'm naked in the mirror at my house, I realize I'm big and I like it. My man like it too when I have a man.
I'm bigger than you and I can still walk my happy ass out of here.
Listen.
You stuck in the chair.
You stuck, sir. And again, I should kick you in your balloon pump site. See how you like that there.
You imagine. Monica, I need you to come into the office.
Monica, go ahead and cock out for me.
So a patient reported that you kicked him in his groin.
Oh, that was an accident. That was definitely an accident.
It slipped.
But you talked about it on your podcast. So it was definitely premeditated or intentional.
We deleted that out of the episode.
Yeah, we definitely did. I edited it out. What are you talking about? But yeah. So anyway, now we can get back into our real subject. Go ahead.
So really, this week I've had to do a lot of digging on patients on account of I don't trust PT notes for shit.
Oh, that's disrespectful. Good
OT doesn't. We're occasional therapy at this point. We don't see people very often. So when I need to figure out what's going on with the patient, I have got to go to the PT note to figure out what they've been doing because you see them more consistently.
Right.
Y'all don't write shit in your fucking notes.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
Some therapists don't.
No information that I need is in that note.
What information are you specifically looking for?
First of all, PTs do this thing where they carry over whatever information was there before. It doesn't make sense to what you're saying. It contradicts what you're saying you did in the session. They'll be like, okay,
give me an example.
So like, you know how there's sections where it'll be like, you score their transfer or you score their bed mobility. So it'll be like not tested, not tested, not tested. Patient, moved up and down in the bed or rolled for pericare. And then it's like walked 20 feet, modest it, did all this shit. But you just told me up there you didn't roll, you didn't do bed mobility, they weren't in a chair, you didn't do shit because they were too tired after they did pericare. And you know what? Then I go back 3 notes and that says this, it's been the same every fucking time and no one deletes it.
Well, that's clearly lazy ass therapists who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, but y'all do that shit all the time.
Who is y'all?
Y'all PT people.
No, don't categorize me in there. My documentation is always on point, except for on Fridays.
Or there's nothing in the entire note. You just see like 150 feet with rolling walker mid assist. I'm like, God damn it. Anything.
Yeah, because the unfortunate part is that some people, like if a patient is already in a chair, I know the way that I document like a story. And the way that I document, because my CIs taught me very well, is that if no one can come behind you and duplicate what you just did with that patient, that is not valid charting, right? So I should be able to tell exactly what you did from the time you walked in, how your patient presented, to how you walked out and how you left your patient. If you're saying, even I hate when I see, I'm just be honest, I don't read OT notes sometimes. I don't.
Join the club.
Because, first of all, y'all write too much psychosocial shit. And I'll just be like, just tell me what the fuck the patient did. Did they move, goddammit?
Because we need to know exactly what we're walking into because your notes don't give us any information.
Yeah, but it's a surprise. It's a party. Why don't you just want to be excited? Be surprised.
Because you know what? I will read one of a PT note, right? And they're like, we sat at the edge of the bed. We stood. Cool. That's all I get from your note. I go to the OT note and they're like, whoa, horrible sitting balance, leaning all the way to the left. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, first of all,
he was combative. We tried to stand. His feet came out from under him. He pissed on the floor. And shit. I would like to know that information.
Here's the thing, though. With OT, you guys are so fucking scared of your own shadow. And I'm gonna tell you why. Anytime I am gait training a patient or I'm doing a gait assessment in the hallway, who is the motherfucker who got their hands on the patient? The goddamn OT. Why are you even here?
Because I haven't played and I won't be played again.
No, see, that's the thing. You start touching the patient and you're facilitating, and I'm like, this is why I have to keep popping y'all hands. We used to do that shit all the time.
She fucking hits me on the hand one more time.
Get your hands off my patient. Well, they almost fell. Who's the PT here? I'm the one who's working on balance. Stop touching my patient.
I wouldn't know that by your note. God damn it.
Listen, my notes are pristine. Okay. My notes are amazing. Other people's notes, not so much.
I'm just saying, in general, the PT notes give me less than ample information.
Because here's the thing, we don't care about the psychosocial. That's not our job. Our only job is to tell you how they're transferring and if they walk and their balance. That's it.
But I'm just like, why are your notes so much more important than mine?
Because they care. The people in the hospital care that they can walk and get out of here so they can make room for the next person to take their room. That's why.
Because they'll be like, well, PT said they could walk. And I'll be like, yeah, they could walk, but they almost fell 6 times and they had to be carried back to the bed.
But see, that's on us to fix. But then y'all notes be talking about, oh, patient was hand over hand for spoon feeding. We don't give a shit about no fucking pudding. We don't care if you eat.
They came in independent.
Hey, that's not our job. That's not our job. That's OT's. Then you're trying to figure out, well, did you move? No, you did everything in the goddamn bed. So then we can't even go off y'all notes to be like, how is the patient rolling? Guess what you didn't do? Nothing. Oh, patient brushed your teeth for 10 minutes, hand over hand, set up, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, what did you do with the patient?
ADLs.
In the bed.
COG.
Why didn't you get him to the chair?
That's your job.
No, you are responsible for transfers, ma'am.
Are we? Because no one reads our notes and no one cares if we get them up and
definitely
walk them
not.
right.
They definitely don't. Listen, y'all don't even have adequate staffing, so.
But I was like, I read an OT note and I'm like, damn, I can see this. A picture has been painted. I know exactly what this person looks like, smells like.
Ew.
All that shit. And then I read a PT note and I'm like, did they see them even?
Because you guys are flower children and we are barbarians. Accept us for who we are. We accept you for flower kids. You guys are fucking Woodstock. You guys are in Woodstock and we're okay with that. And we are hip hop in the 90s.
Ooh.
Hip hop in the 90s was great. What do you mean?
It was cool, but like.
Or the 80s. I'll say the 80s. Hip hop in the 80s. That's when it came out.
It was cool because that's all people knew.
Well, what else are you showing us different other than ADLs in the bed?
We're like when people became real producers and you like made a record.
Wow. You really think that?
Yes,
wow, that's amazing.
I do.
Well, why don't people actually know what OT is then?
That's on you.
On us as the PT.
That's not my problem. That's on PT to advocate.
I think it's the healthcare system at large.
It is. No, I will tell you that I will go see a patient, right? Monty will go in for 10 seconds. She just fucking sees them stand. She walks out. I'm there with them doing COG assessments, looking at their arms, doing hand over hand shit, all of these things.
No one cares.
They come out, they're like, oh, hey, PT. Where should they go? She's like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, I just spent 30 minutes with them. I can tell you a lot about them. They're like, oh, no, we don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, we don't care about you. They're like so Monica, are they going to rehab or home? I'm like,
is that an O before the T or a P? Oh.
And then they're always like, well, so your PT and OT recommendations don't match. It's like, so
they can
go home because they can walk, but we don't care that they just took 5 of their same blood pressure medications and they were only supposed to take 1 pill a day. It's not our problem. Home OT then. They can walk.
My favorite is when I get the case manager text. It's like, hey, you said rehab and PT said home. So
we're going to go with that.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, fuck me then, right?
Yep. They're like, so can you change your recommendation, OT?
Exactly. It's always, can you change your recommendation? Never like, hey, we're going to go ahead and talk to the PT because that seems wild. We read all of your notes and we saw that the patient really needs help. They're like,
Yeah, because even when I'm doing rounds and they'll be like, hey, so what's the recommendation from therapy? And sometimes they'll say therapy or sometimes they'll just say PT because they know I'm a PT. And even when I'm doing the rounding sheet, the way that our rounding sheet prints out and the way that our system is, it does not bring up the last OT note. The whole
institution says fuck OT.
It definitely does. It's definitely an off balance. And it brings up the last PT note. And all I'm looking for is a few different things. First of all, what is the recommendation of PT? Number 2, how did the patient transfer? And number 3, how far did they walk? Now, let's say we didn't see the patient for whatever reason. And then I have to go and look at the OT notes. First of all, I don't even know what the fuck to find y'all shit. Because y'all be writing dissertations about, the patient is having cognitive this and cognitive that. And I'm just like, just tell me where they need to go. I don't care about all this. They were able to scoop 2 scoops of pudding and then they were able to open up their spaghetti package and their ketchup. I don't care.
Because the person coming behind you should be able to
duplicate you did.
The exact same treatment.
See, we're similar in some ways.
But if I pulled up both of our notes right now, you have this nice, beautiful, finely written paragraph from OT that tells you exactly what the fuck and how they did.
We're looking at 2 different things.
That's very true.
Yeah, we're looking at 2 different things.
But our information is valuable.
It absolutely is.
I just want someone to realize that.
Listen, I, as an OT advocate, I appreciate you guys' notes. Not when you write dissertations, though. I don't appreciate that.
It's important information. You know why? It's because I have to find ways to fucking bill for the shit that I do.
It's very true, because y'all like to play fucking cards and shit.
I have to be like,
be painting with
hey,
patients.
sir, I know you're 97 with metastatic cancer, but they want you to go to rehab, so we have to work today.
Definitely.
So get your ass to the edge of the bed. We're going to do some fine motor card flipping skills, and I have to figure out a way to bill for this shit.
Yeah. Versus us, we can just like, oh, let's just throw you in the tray. Transfers.
Sir, I need you to just put some weight on those toes.
Yeah, I'm
so
telling you,
I can fucking bill for it.
PTs we are such barbarians, and we have to be, because that's who we are. I mean, most PTs, honestly, that you meet, they're very type A personality. I am a type A personality. There's maybe a couple OT. There's one OT in particular that works with us. I think that she was supposed to be a PT, and maybe she just switched over or something. I don't know, because the way she acts, I'm like, bitch, you are a PT. Yeah. You are a barbarian, just like the rest of us. She comes in, taking over the session, and I'm just like, bitch, I'm standing here, and I feel like an OT sometimes. I'm like, bitch, what? This supposed to be the other way around.
Today I was good. I went to go do an eval, and a PT messaged me, hey, I got her to the edge of the bed yesterday for my eval. She was in a lot of pain. She's a double. Do you want to treat together? I said, fine. When we walked in, he was like, hey, I'm just here. I'm going to be your tech. Do the eval. I really just want to see her stand. I said, okay, tell me why at the end of the session. I said, I feel like I was your tech, sir. He's walking her, mobilizing her, taking all these steps. I'm stuck on the other side of the bed. I was like, do you want me to leave?
Yeah, pushing the chair.
Yep, basically. Yeah. I literally changed the sheets while she was standing. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
But I do hate sometimes that case management will only care about PT notes to get them out, especially when you all do have those patients who are cognitively impaired and they are a huge safety risk. And then it makes it very difficult for them to be able to go to a rehab, because even if we say, well, we feel like they're safe to go home, but they need 24-hour supervision. Well, does that mean that they really are safe to go home if they don't have anybody? And then we can change our recommendation that says, okay, let's go to rehab because they really have a big safety issue. Then there becomes the issue of insurance saying, oh, well, they can walk so they can go home. And it's like, well, it's not always about just the walking portion. It is about the cognitive aspect of it. They are not safe. They forget to turn off the stove. You know, they keep their doors unlocked, all this other kind of stuff. They're driving when they shouldn't be driving. And that's all OT driven. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I think it definitely does suck when they do not read you guys' notes, because you guys' notes do give a lot of information about how cognitively impaired, and not just about the cognitive impairment, because again, just because people can walk, people still need to be able to dress and bathe and get back to their activities of daily living. Walking is not an activity of daily living. You can survive in this world without walking. Amputees, a lot of people do it. You know, people who are paralyzed, spinal cord injuries, in wheelchairs, you know, you can survive without walking. But even just the transfer part of it, you guys do wheelchair transfers. Y'all do bed to chair transfers, toilet transfers, you know, tub transfers, all that stuff. So I think it really does suck in an acute care setting when nobody looks at y'all. I think people look at OT more in an acute rehab setting, in a SNF setting, than they do in the hospital setting.
Because it's more important there. Not more important, but more important than it is on the acute side of the hospital. Right. On the acute side, you're just trying to get them up and moving and out.
Exactly.
So it makes sense. But I just think, like, in acute rehab PT wise, you are trying to get everyone up and walking. Yeah. If you know your patient's not walking, not you, but a lot of PTs will be like, let's just do some in-bed exercises then, because I've looked at all the notes. You're not getting up. You're not moving.
Unless I don't have a tech and my back is hurting, you getting supine exercise.
Yeah. Whereas we can do a lot of stuff at the edge of the bed. We don't necessarily have to transfer you. And sometimes once you get someone up, or I also think we have a chip on our shoulder, so we're more ready to be like, we'll transfer you. Let's get up. Let's try it. I know PT didn't want to do it. That? I do think that.
Wow, your perception is distorted, because a lot of y'all OTs do not mobilize nobody.
Do you read your PT?
I do.
Notes, not you specifically, but other PTs. Do you read their notes?
I do. Now we do have some PTs in our department who will only do supine exercises. That's me. Sorry, I was trying to. It was kind of dark. I thought
there was a ghost in your house.
No, I just used my app to turn my lights on. Sorry.
That's another fucking
flex. No,
a lazy.
Oh, absolutely. Because I have a 2-story house, so if I forget to turn off the lights,
that
I need
really
Alexa
just scared the shit out of me.
Sorry, I was trying to make it lighter in here because I need to turn this light on. Anyway, but no, definitely not. But yeah, even I lost my train of thought. Anyway, but
most is OT will actually try to get you up even if you don't look like you'll get up.
No,
PT doesn't give a shit.
See, you're going off of you. You do that, but there are a lot of OTs that I am with sometimes, and I'm just like, we're gonna get you are, I just needed to test the arms.
No.
And I'm like, okay, that's weird. But I also think too, I've been in a bubble for so long because I've had Cointha. So it's like
you're just used to people getting in there and doing it.
Yeah. And then too, the people that are in our particular office that we hang with, the coders that I work with, they are the more aggressive OTs where they will get people up. But then when I get that off chance of seeing somebody that I'm not used to working with as an OT or coder, actually I feel like all the coders are actually really good at our job, honestly. They all mobilize
so
people.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, the codas. I'm always around the codas, and we're always like, let's try it.
I'm around more OTs than I'm around PTs, honestly.
Dude, if you know a PT who only hangs out with PT, something is wrong.
Yeah. Because you don't see anybody else's perspective.
No.
And I think that's why I'm such a big advocate of y'all.
Some of the best PTs are the ones who are only from with the OTs.
Yeah, I agree. Because you need to be able to see both sides of the picture. But then you have those barbarian PTs that are just like, well, I'm more important and will stand at the door when the OT's in there and like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to join in. No. That's not what we're about to do.
Like, bitch, we have the same job. I'm just a little more focused on some other stuff.
Yeah.
As you are focused on some other stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, but I definitely think that the
Your
charting
notes are still trash,
though. Some of y'all's notes are real trash. Y'all say a lot of stuff, but you don't say nothing at all. And it's just like a dissertation of nothing.
I will give you that. We do say a lot to say nothing, but it's necessary.
Y'all keep saying the same thing over and over and over again, but just in a different way. And I'm like,
I'm trying to justify my fucking profession to the invisible billing people.
Yes, because they're just like, what is OT?
They're like, let's go look at a note.
What is that? Overturn time? I don't know. Yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, all that to say, document appropriately.
All that to say, do your job and do it well, please.
Yes, please do your job well. Also, too, I wanted to bring up this one thing in the rehab corner that I saw. There's a group that I'm a part of on Facebook that it's a
I hate my job at facebook.com.
No, I'm a part of one of those, but like healthcare, people who hate their jobs who are stuck in healthcare. But it's this one group. It's basically for like Black physical therapists and stuff. And one of the people posted in the page, a group page, that the Arkansas governor has signed a bill that allows medical workers to refuse treatment to LGBTQ plus patients or people. What are your thoughts on that?
Can we do that? I thought you couldn't do that.
I thought that the only way that you can refuse service or refuse to treat a patient is if your level of expertise is not specific to them and it will cause harm. That's the only way that you're able to refuse treatment. Like your particular issue is a little bit too complex and I don't have knowledge in that. So to not do harm to you, I have to refuse. It's not like you're refusing. You're just saying, I, as a therapist, don't have experience with this particular ailment or deficit, so I'm going to pass you along to another therapist who has more experience.
Is this WandaVision? Are we in the 1940s? What the fuck is going on? Just treat your fucking patient.
But I'm just trying to figure out why would you have an issue with somebody who is a part of LGBTQ plus? And you're saying that, because how would I know that when you walk into my office?
Thing or something?
Right. That's like if I said, well, I don't want to treat Muslims or Jews or Christians.
But you can't not treat them because that's fucked up and anti-Semitic or whatever it is.
But my thing is, how would I know that you're a particular religion? How would I know that you're a part of LGBTQ plus community?
Ask them, which is inappropriate.
Which is inappropriate and illegal. You can't ask someone if they are transgender or lesbian or bisexual or whatever, because it doesn't matter when you're treating as far as therapy is concerned. Not unless there's a particular ailment that you have that is more prevalent in men or women, and then you have to say, well, were you born a man? But I don't ever think that there's ever a time in PT where you would actually ask that question.
Thinking back on my therapeutic life, the most complicated, difficult, annoying, stressful, panic-inducing patients are, straight, usually white. I don't know.
I think it's.
I don't have a bunch. I don't know. I feel like I've never had a patient that I'm like, you're so gay, I'm not treating you.
Yeah, but I think, and even too, they were saying that
I don't trust transgenders. I'm not treating you. You can't do that. Your job is to treat the person.
You're in the medical field. You don't have the opportunity. First of all, you don't have the privilege to not treat someone. Like, even if somebody
your whole job is to help people.
Even if, like, you remember that episode of Grey's Anatomy when the one he was a fucking paramedic at that and had a Black partner as his paramedic partner, and he had a swastika on his
Yes.
If you sneeze one more time.
Have I told you I'm allergic to peppermint?
Well, you're sucking on Hans over here, man.
I know, that's why I sneezed.
but
yes,
yeah.
I remember, and everyone was like, "Oh, we don't know. We don't want to treat him. He's a Nazi."
Right, he's a Nazi. And then Bailey was the one who ended up performing his surgery. And so she like purposely. Well, I think George was the one who like purposely messed up his swastika so it wouldn't be tattoo, so it wouldn't be right. But I'm just like, even in that situation, I don't care if it's a racist piece of shit just spewing out racist crap. I still took an oath to protect you and to make sure that I do no harm to you as a medical professional.
Unless you personally ask for me to be removed, which is your choice.
Exactly.
Then I'm here to fucking help you. We gotta rock with it.
It doesn't go the other way where I don't want to treat anything but black people. That's not, or Hispanics or whites. Like that's not how that works.
I'd be like, I don't want to treat any patients over 150 pounds.
Oh shit, we're in San Antonio. But yeah, it's basically the legislation is allowing doctors to refuse to treat someone because of religious or moral objections.
But a doctor,
that just makes no sense.
How fucked up then? What if every doctor keeps refusing you? You cannot find one doctor to treat you.
Yeah, and this is why diversity and inclusion is so important.
That's insane. How sad.
I'm just like,
how isolating. That's already an isolated community, and you're gonna make their health like.
But my thing is, what? Like, okay, how do you know somebody is a part of LGBTQ without asking them? I don't care if I see a butch young lady, I cannot assume she's gay just because of the way she dressed. I used to dress like a tomboy. I'm not gay. Lie. Exactly. You can have a flamboyant drag queen that's walking around. Maybe they're doing that for a check. You cannot automatically say they are gay because they dress up as a woman. That's not accurate.
Of for a check. That's correct.
I would do a lot of things. There's a lot of things I wouldn't do, but there is a lot of things I would do.
The lists are pretty long, both of them.
Yes, very true. But I just think that that's insane. Like, nobody's asking you to marry them and go against your religious beliefs or whatever. You are treating as a medical professional these people. And for you to say, and for a government to say, yeah, it's okay to go ahead and refuse.
We are taking huge steps back.
Well, are we? I really feel like we're going back into like the 1950s, and I'm not going back, bitch.
What is that? You know, in Drumline, he's like, I want to take you back.
No, we ain't going back in the time. Hell no.
That's how I feel. This is insane.
We're gonna have Handmaid's Tale.
We're gonna have like vaccinated water fountains and non-vaccinated water fountains, and we're gonna have that you can deny service to anyone you want based on their preferences.
That's so stupid. I just don't understand
what did Martin die for?
Nothing. Apparently, because they're reversing every goddamn thing him and so many people, these unnamed heroes, have fought for it. It's just like, really, Arkansas? Y'all already just
of all places,
goddamn Arkansas. I mean,
they look the type.
That just makes listen.
Just look at the name. Look at the way it's spelled.
I wish somebody would discriminate against me for being a certain race. Listen, I'm too vocal anyway. When I go into spaces and I feel like a doctor is rushing me or a nurse is being, you got a problem today? What's your problem? Do you have an attitude? Did you not get enough rest? Because I don't care about whatever else is going on in your life. I am a patient, okay? And I am a paying customer. Even if I wasn't, you took an oath to first do no harm. Now, your attitude is harming me right now, so I suggest you change that shit.
This may weed out a lot of people, though, because I don't want a fucking doctor that would deny me services based on whatever. I know, but still it's fucked up.
And see, this is why people of color are so gung-ho on their children becoming physicians, because representation matters.
Truly.
And when you look at certain even too, like when I was looking for a therapist, or a mental health counselor, whatever, but I was looking for a therapist, I specifically told the lady I wanted a female, and I specifically wanted a black female. Out of a list of 18 females that were available in San Antonio area, there were 2 that were on that list. That also was a part of the payment scale for our particular insurance and stuff like that. But there were 2 black women, and I'm like, really? That's it?
That's it.
Now there was one that was Middle Eastern. There was an Asian that was on. I think it was like 2 Asian women. I think it was like 2 Middle Eastern. That's still Alyssa not farting. That's just the ball.
No one would even hear it if you didn't bring it up.
Well, I'm just they gonna hear it. They gonna be like, they farting all through this episode. But majority of them were white.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just think that's such a piece of shit. Like, why would you discriminate? Like, what about LGBTQ people have anything to do with with medicine? Like, I just don't get it.
hateful. It's hateful.
Not unless you wanted to say like, okay, if you don't have to, like if you wanted to say that physicians can refuse to perform gender reassignment surgery for their moral obligations, that's totally different. But care altogether?
That's like saying, because I'm a Jehovah's Witness, I will not transfuse anyone.
Exactly.
Because I don't believe in it. So you're going to let all your patients die.
Exactly.
That need blood transfusions.
Just because you think that and nobody else thinks that but you. Like, you cannot project your own shit on other people.
You can't project your own shit on other people when it comes to saving their lives.
No, you cannot.
When it comes to that, no.
That is
bad, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's horrible. The fact that these people are fucking stupid.
Maybe they did it to weed people out. He said, yeah, go ahead and just...
Arkansas is a very racist
Go ahead
state.
and deny someone based on your beliefs, and then we're going to just cancel
Arkansas, I refuse to call it Arkansas. Arkansas is a very racist state. I said it. Truly. I did. They're racist.
Isn't that where... Little Rock, Arkansas?
Little Rock, Arkansas. Mm-hmm.
Where they were horrible to those black kids when they tried to integrate the schools.
Mm-hmm.
I went there. I didn't go there, but I visited there.
Oh, I was like, wait, you're going too
far. To that school.
Well, I was like, oh, you're lying. I'm calling out your lying
dirty
right
liar.
Now. You are a liar.
This is my 2 Truths and a Lie podcast.
Yeah. So that's just disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. You can't be anything. God damn. You can't be nothing. You can't be black. You can't be person of color. You can't be gay. You can't be straight. You can't be shit.
You can be straight, God-fearing, and white in this country.
You can't even be that. I mean, good God.
God forbid you listen to heavy metal.
God forbid you listen to that hibbity hop music.
That Jay-Z.
That's the devil's music. It's ridiculous. Lord. Anyway, anything else we want to talk about? Anything else we want to bring up?
No.
Before we go?
I want everyone to have a great week. Manifest something good. It's going to be Easter. Praise the Lord. He has risen. The Easter Bunny's coming. I can't wait for my basket.
Hey, so Easter is next Sunday, right?
Easter's, yeah.
Okay, because I need to find out. I need to go to the store the day after Easter for the 50% off candy. Yeah.
Hey, definitely. What's your favorite Easter candy?
Peeps.
Yo, I knew we did this podcast for a reason.
You like Peeps?
Fuck yes, I love Peeps.
That's so surprised. I thought you were going to judge me for that.
Dude, everyone hates Peeps. What's your favorite color?
I actually like
1, 2, 3, pink.
Yes, I love pink. Pink and yellow. I like the pink and yellow.
The purple trash. Pink and yellow.
The purple one tastes like Diamond Tap.
Yeah, it
tastes like cough syrup.
Pink and yellow. Ooh, I fucking love Peeps. Bunnies or chicks?
The blue one.
Chicks. I like chicks.
I like the bunnies.
You like the bunnies?
I like the bunnies because they're longer, so I feel like there's more in it. But then the chicks are thicker.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like the chicks.
Peeps are like my absolute favorite. You know they made a Peep cereal, and I tasted it from Walmart. It was disgusting. I don't ever do that shit again. You ruined Peeps. That was they were fucking disgusting.
I think they made Peep Oreos too. My mom bought it for me and I refused.
Don't do that. No, you're messing up the Peeps. Keep them in the form of the bunnies or the chicks.
Man, that's how I know I have diabetes. I could eat Peeps on Peeps.
Peeps are good.
When I was little, people used to bring me their Peeps that they'd get for Easter.
Absolutely.
No one eats that trash but me. But now I found my friend.
You found a Peep partner.
Wow.
Peeps forever. Peeps for everyone. I love Peeps. Peeps are my favorite.
My favorite Easter candy used to be, Brax. They make the candy corn and stuff.
Yeah, nasty candy corn.
They used to make...
Barf.
Okay.
Barf. Go ahead.
Me in whose room.
What?
It sounds like me in room.
Oh, yeah.
They used to make these individually wrapped in cellophane marshmallow bunnies. They were like kind of hard marshmallow nougat crossover.
I've never had those.
It was my favorite Easter candy.
Really?
And they discontinued them. I'm so sad about it.
I like the Whooper eggs.
What? It's a Whopper.
It's Whooper.
I'm not having this conversation with you again.
It's definitely Whooper.
There is.
You know exactly what I was saying though. They're like the little Whooper eggs. I like the Whooper eggs. Those are really good too. Because it's like
a Whopper.
Or like they're
no
like
one in America says Whooper. Look, I'm having convulsions. I'm so upset.
I was like, do you need OT for your grip, your fine motor skills?
Horrible fine motor skills. It's a Whopper. Say
Whooper.
it right now.
Whooper.
You're disgusting.
It's definitely a Whooper.
Those. Oh, you like the Robin's eggs?
Yes, those are so good.
I like. But
if I eat too many of them though, like I don't know the coating on the outside, it's just like that. It makes your stomach hurt sometimes.
What are those small chocolate balls covered in like a candy coating, but they're not M&Ms?
I don't know what they're called, but they're just regular chocolate.
Just like chocolate. I like those
they have
too.
like the hard outside.
I love a Cadbury egg.
I like Cadbury eggs from time to time, but just the outside. I don't like the inside.
Okay.
And then like, of course, the huge chocolate bunnies that you just like bite off the ears.
Yes. The Starburst jelly beans, top 10.
Yes, I just bought some of those.
Yes, so good.
For stuff. Yeah. But yeah, Peeps are absolutely my favorite.
Love Easter candy.
Don't make another Peep cereal. Don't do that. Please. Please, for
That
the love
was
of
not
God,
the
don't do
move.
it. No, it's disgusting. They're, ugh.
Man, I have to bring some Peeps next time.
Heck yeah, Peeps are good.
As my teeth fall out.
I know. Just the thing is, you don't chew them, just swallow them.
What?
I know you can't do that. You have to chew it because you'll die. It's like
I always chew the head off.
Yeah, you have to absolutely bite the head off, and then everything else is.
Oh, I love Peeps. I'm gonna go get some RN.
Okay, can you please stop with these unapproved abbreviations? Nobody knows that.
Right now,
That's
how old
a registered nurse. That's
right
a registered
now,
nurse.
RN, IRL.
IDK, my BFF Jill. That's not
Dude,
real.
that commercial's from like 2007.
Yeah, and it's not real. It's not approved abbreviations. Nobody knows that stuff.
Dude, speaking of charting, I'll be fucking typing my little heart away, and I'm like, da-da-da-da, and she's like, that's not an approved
I'm like,
abbreviation.
that's not approved. I'm like, what does that mean? If I were to read that sentence, nobody would absolutely know what that means. That you're like a resident who just makes up shit. Them residents. So what is RW? A fucking rolling walker, you dumbass. That's Universal.
It's not an approved abbreviation.
Really Weatherly? I mean, no.
Really white. Patient, 35-year-old male, really white.
It's like our one hospitalist that patient is a 63-year-old unfortunate Hispanic man from Corpus Christi, but relocated to San Antonio in 1975. It's just like, why the fuck do we need the whole story
He's like,
about
enjoys
this patient?
breakfast tacos from his neighborhood
Right.
Mexican restaurant. Why are you telling me this?
Which he believes gave him our aortic stenosis. It's like, thank you so much, Dr. So-and-so. We appreciate that.
Oh my God.
But anyway, yeah.
On that note,
go out and get your Peeps. Don't forget, again, to visit www.myapothecary.com for all your CBD needs. Again, they have the sports cream. They also have soft gel pills, and they also have a tincture and slash drops that you can put up underneath your tongue. Again,
for all you novel CBD users, tincture is the oil.
Yes, tincture is definitely the oil drops. But yeah, www.myapothecary.com. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler every Tuesday when new episodes are released.